Right now is Citizen Stringer. I don't know what happened. I just got all of my social medias cut off. And I'll kick them all back on. Slowly but surely. Wait for it, everybody. I'll just start it again. How about that? Because apparently Big Tech is not on my side today. Anyway, I'm just going to play my little short intro again, and then we'll be right with you.
News channel after news channel after news channel. Ever wonder why they report the same news? This is Wake Up America.
Brought to you by Citizen Stringer.
The media has become absolute lunacy. What makes us different? We just tell the truth. Daily headlines, politics, social issues, focusing on headlines that the mainstream media ignores. Conservative to the core and honest, sometimes to a fault. Unapologetically American. Welcome to Wake Up America with your host, Stephen Oatley.
All right, let's try this again. Welcome to the show. My name is Steve, and I know I said it was going to be a new format today. I didn't get a chance to do everything that I wanted to. I did record some of the videos that I wanted to. Like, for example, we have a traffic, alert and a weather alert and all that. And I had a funny skit, so I'll just use it tomorrow because I just didn't get it. Trying to just get caught up on all the orders and all that good stuff. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit after last night. I had a really bad night of sleeping because I was pretty mad. And it didn't go away. Throughout the course of the day. I know mainstream media started reporting on the veteran suicide hotline going down or allegedly going down, as many veterans reported that they were unable to get through as part of the 1776 restoration movement's attack on America. And that's what I'll call it, an attack on America's veterans. So yesterday, and I talked about this in length last night, I was pretty pissed off. So I don't watch if you have children around, because I cursed more than I should have. But yesterday, a member of the 1776 restoration movement yesterday morning, was given a speech as part of the J6 Justice for Ashley rallies that have been taking place every day for almost a month now outside of the jails where the January 6th defendants are being held. Now, keep in mind, I want it to be perfectly clear, the people that are currently being held in the gulag, as people are calling it, they're not being afforded due process. It doesn't matter whether you're on the right or left. It doesn't matter. You have to look at the actual facts. They're not being afforded due process. They're not guaranteed the right to a speedy trial. They're not being given bail, even some that have nonviolent charges, but against them. They're not. Their discoveries are all locked down under the guise that it's special. They need special clearance just to view it. Some of the evidence that's being used against them, the defense isn't even allowed to examine, which is just wrong on so many things. But the 1776 group yesterday made a plea for their viewers to flood the veteran crisis line with calls in regards to the treatment of the January 6th defendants, many of whom are veterans themselves. There's initial reporting that that flood of calls, combined with the fact that it's the VA and they suck at everything they do, that caused the veteran suicide hotlines to not be able to answer calls. Veteran people allegedly that were veterans were posting on social media that they can't get through, but luckily they got the help they needed. All this stuff. And I take it all as a grain of salt. I believe it just because of my hatred for what these groups did yesterday. And it is. It's an immense hatred for these groups now. But, before it was just like a peeve. You know what I mean? I just didn't like them. Now it's a hatred. I believe that they're terrorists. So apparently, I talked to someone last night that I respect, so I'm not going to blast out his information now. And I hope he is watching because he lied to me on the phone. And I know you lied to me on the phone because I saw another video after that was filmed before we spoke, which, and then you said you knew nothing about this. A lot of the J6 defendants are veterans, and the way they're being treated inside the jail is crazy. But to try to make a connection between veterans that are seeking help, mental health help, emergency mental health help, to people that committed a crime or are charged with committing a crime and are locked up. It's, again, I'm not saying that I believe they should be locked up or anything, but I'm a firm believer of, if you do something wrong, deal with the consequences of doing it. You know what I mean? Everybody knew it was wrong what happened on January 6th. It was a riot. Everybody knew it. Anyone who's charged with it isn't innocent and wasn't just, galloping, walking around. No, the people that are still being detained indefinitely are the people that are charged with some serious crimes. It doesn't mean they're guilty of those crimes, but it means they're charged with those crimes, and they're not being afforded due process to be processed. But to try to conflate that, I literally had someone's, when I said, what about the single veteran that may not have been able to get through yesterday? And the person I was talking to said, what about the veterans that are being indefinitely held on January 6th? And I said, are you trying to say that the people that are in there, albeit they're not getting treated fairly and all that stuff, we know that. Are you trying to say that I lost my shit? I yelled, I pulled my car over, almost turned in to go to DC or Arlington or wherever the fuck these dudes were, because I was pissed. I still am, Jake Tapper went out to social media yesterday and said, that he spoke to the Veterans Administration and they reportedly didn't have any hiccups with their phone system. Any veteran who wanted help was able to receive the help, as if that's some sort of as if that makes it okay. Do you know what I mean? As if, and we played the video. It's not like this is just, some leftist rag reporting that this allegedly happened. No, we watched the video. And in fact, you can go last night. They doubled down on it. They doubled down, encouraging more people to call, saying that the Veteran Crisis Line, which is called the Veteran Crisis Line, is not actually used for emergencies, and they encourage people to call. They did that about the same time I was live last night. The same guy, the Justin guy. It's hard for me to think, because I got a lot of messages. Some people were like, Steve, you went way too far yesterday. Other people were like, you didn't go far enough. Other people were like, you shouldn't have picked on Anarchy Princess. Everything. It struck a personal chord with me, and I think it's going to for quite some time, because these people who allege to be patriotic, right, want people to flood the phone lines of a Veteran Crisis Line in an effort to bring awareness to what's happening on J6, or what's happening with the J6 defendants, which is a complete and nutty shit. And there's certain things, certain allegations, like they're saying that the VA has stripped a lot of these members, or a lot of these J6 detainees that are currently incarcerated. They've stripped their benefits. They've cut off their benefits of family members who were receiving them. Stuff like that. And I don't know if there's any truth to that whatsoever, nor do I know if and maybe some of you guys know in the chat. Maybe someone knows it in the chat. But when you're convicted, or when you're charged with the crime and you're incarcerated, are you eligible for veteran benefits? Are you eligible for veteran payments and disability payments and stuff while you are essentially a ward of the state while you're locked up? I have no idea. But that's one of the reasons why they said that people need to call. And there's apparently one J6 defendant, a veteran, that is suffering from cancer or something, and he's not getting treatment. And it's horrible. And he should be getting treatment. And there's other ways to do it. Clogging up or attempting to clog up our veteran crisis lines. Matthew Lambert said it's 100% true. If you're incarcerated, it's suspended until release. So that's true. So No shit. If you're charged with a crime, and let's be honest, the people that are charged with a crime committed some sort of crime in order to be charged with. Are they getting railroaded? Should they be held this long? No, absolutely not. Should they be given bail in due process? Yes, 100%. But still, following the letter of the law, they broke a law allegedly, or, and are behind bars waiting for that to happen. And if you lose your benefits, or just as Matt said in the chat, if you're incarcerated, it's suspended until you get released from jail. That's what the process is. See, someone else just said, no, you don't get it while you're locked up. Someone said, if you're convicted, your benefits stop and you have to repay based on the date of the offense. So this is, and that was one of the arguments, is one of the people said, well, one person's locked up and the wife was getting benefits, but now they're threatening to sue the benefits. If that's what the law states, that's what the law states, because veterans that are incarcerated shouldn't be getting any benefits. Besides health benefits, they should, because there's, they shouldn't be getting payments, just as nobody else should. You shouldn't get CARES funding or anything like that when you're incarcerated. MZ Jules said, I think you should be in the shoes of those Americans who are locked up in the DC jail and see how you feel. But again, you guys got to understand, I wasn't at January 6th. I didn't commit any crimes. The people that are being charged, find me one case where someone was just outside peacefully parading, where there's no allegations of them hitting officers or using bear spray or flagpoles or something like that. No matter the circumstances, I understand people were defending. Like, there was one guy that was charged with the flagpole thing, and he's clearly on video defending Roseanne Boyland as she's getting killed by police officers. I saw that. We all know that. But to try to go after our veterans, I just don't understand. I don't understand. Someone said legally incarcerated, J6 or not. Well, they actually are. They are. Because we have a failure in due process and we have a failure of our judicial system, but they are legally incarcerated now. They've been remanded without bail because, a corrupt judge and a corrupt prosecutor were able to prove that to the reasonable public, they would be a risk, which is why they're remanded without bail. That is legally incarcerated. And why does everybody care now? That's been happening to minorities across America for fucking years. You know what I mean? And it was wrong then and it's wrong now. It's wrong now. I wish people went after common sense shit with the same veracity that everyone else does. People are saying I'm becoming opposition, whatever the fuck that means. Why? Because I can think with my own head. I don't blindly follow other people. Someone said it has nothing to do with feelings. That's a rule. You don't get money when you're locked up. People that are locked up still got stimulus checks. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, man. Someone said, allegedly, I don't consider trespassing a crime to be held a year on. This shit's crazy. I don't agree with the hotline BS, every Democrat senator's line. Yeah, but that's different. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. The people that were trespassing, like someone said, allegedly, I don't consider trespassing a crime to be held a year on. Find me a person that's been charged just with trespassing. Find me a person that's been charged just with trespassing that's still in jail. Because you'd be hard pressed to find it at all. Because everyone else has underlying charges that they've been, and some of them are not valid. Some of them are not valid. And I'm not making a case. I am just saying that anybody that says that you need to flood VA lines or crisis lines or suicide hotline lines or elderly abuse lines or anything like that to bring awareness to what's happening in the J6, you are anti-American as hell. You're anti-American as hell. And I'm not going to blindly follow anybody just because I believe in the plight of the J6 defendants. And I understand what they're going through, and I support people that are actively trying to go out and raise awareness to it. But I definitely, in this instance, I'm siding with the veterans that couldn't, allegedly couldn't get through yesterday. And the fact is that even the mere suggestion that people do that coming from patriots, that's terroristic, if you ask me. And I'm not going to change my mind on that. I'm not going to be able to be influenced because people don't like what I have to say. And so many people sent me emails. So many people wrote comments and said, oh, you got to be in their shoes. I am. I'm putting myself in the shoes of the people that can't get through. The people that can't get through to talk to someone because other people want to jam the phone lines. I am putting myself in their shoes until I can't anymore. You know how many veterans a day kill themselves? And again, I've said this. I've said it. I've maintained it for a long time. Most of you guys that watch my show regularly were live, watched me get the news of my brother. And I don't understand how anybody could say, well, you know, maybe it wasn't good, but I still support, you know, the underlying premise. No. This was a terrorist act, and I believe they should all be arrested. They should track the phone numbers of every single person who called, and they should be arrested because every single person knew what they were doing. Mrs. Jules said, wow, I don't share your values, but God bless you. I mean, what values? So you don't believe in morality? You don't believe in helping? You don't believe in due process? Because those are my values. I don't believe in putting one life ahead of someone else. I don't believe that if you do anything to jeopardize the lives of other people, I don't understand how people can be so close-minded that they don't see how this was just completely and utterly wrong. And it should be everywhere. It should be everywhere. It should be on mainstream media. There should be reporters hounding these groups of people every single day. It's anti-American as F. You know, someone named Spicy Tuna, which I don't like saying goofy names like that, but they said, fully agree with you. It's anti-American. How does putting people in danger prove a point? They have nothing to do with this. Wrong doesn't become right just because you can justify it. And you can't even justify this anyway. You can't. And I listened to one person yesterday, and again, someone I respect, and I was talking to him after I ended my show, and I was yelling. I was pretty ticked off. And he's like, well, you have to understand. I'm like, I don't need to understand shit, dude. I don't. And you know, I took it personal, and I still take it personal. I firmly believe that each and every one of these people that's responsible for this call, even if the phone lines didn't shut down, it doesn't matter. To me, it's the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing. Because what about people that, you know, go on social media and everybody's reporting that the phone lines are clogged up? So you have that one veteran that just says, fuck it, I'm not even going to get through. It doesn't even matter whether they were or not, or that the veteran administration, it's the action of doing it. That's why you charge people with like terrorism, right? They're charged with terrorism. It doesn't mean that they actually committed the terror. They're charged with conspiracy. That's exactly what this group of people did. And the guy that did it is apparently a veteran and thought this was a good idea. I just don't understand it. You know? And I don't know how anybody can argue about it, you know, about saying it's right. I'll put it out there and say anybody who says that people should call the veteran crisis line without being it's for whatever. It doesn't matter. I think I addressed that as best that I can. And frankly, if you disagree with me in that regard, or you think that it was patriotic, or literally just go bury your head in a vat of oil or something, please. Like, just get rid of, go back to your mom's basement. Whatever the expression would be for you to F off, that's what you need to do. Because I'll tell you, it really pisses me off. Like, no matter what, and it's been on my mind all morning, ever since I got up. It was on my mind all night. I had a hard time falling asleep last night, and I kept thinking about it. And I just think about veterans that have committed it. People, my family, your friends, your neighbors, your brothers, the people you went to school with. It's affected millions and millions of people across the United States from the actions of people that just feel desolate. So anybody that wants to try to clog up those lines for anything other than to request medical help for themselves, meaning it's a veteran crisis line, veterans are the ones that are supposed to call, you're a scumbag. You're a scumbag. And it doesn't matter whether or not the Veteran Administration says that their phone lines were not clogged up. It doesn't matter. And I've already explained why. Because it's the idea of doing it, which is just wrong. You know, it's just wrong. And I told the person I spoke to last night, you know, they're alienating everybody else. You think this helps those people that are locked up, the detainees, the J6 detainees? You think this helps them? You know, it's just crazy. Someone said David didn't condemn it. Oreo didn't condemn it. No one's going to condemn it because they all want money. That's it. All these people, that's all they do is they just want money. To them, that's it. They're not going to condemn it because it alienates them from their radical people. See, here's the difference. There is no difference. I don't even know. Like these people are terrorists. If you ask me, they're terrorists. They directly attempted to assault, or indirectly attempted to assault our veterans that need help. You know what I mean? Someone said, and now leftist outlets. Yeah, but here's the thing is they're calling it MAGA. MAGA this, MAGA that. MAGA attempts to clog veterans lines. MAGA extremists. That's what they're doing. They're not saying that this is a bunch of morons. No, they're claiming that they're MAGA. This same group was kicked out of veterans groups 2 days ago. They were trying to out protest in DC, and there was a veterans group that was out there protesting, and they were removed because they're extremists. They're not normal people. Normal people don't give safe harbor to pedophiles. Normal people don't set up these shadow funds where you have to join memberships and shit just to be able to have clandestine meetings about where you're going to go and fuck all of these people, dude. And I mean that. Yeah, people said GOP, these are your people. Yeah, and this is what they're going to do. You know, it's very sad, man. It's very sad, and it frustrates me more than I can put into words. You know, I didn't want to really talk about this all this whole show too, but I'm having a hard time like doing stuff. Like I was printing mugs and straightening up the back of the warehouse this morning, and it's kind of been plaguing it. You know, I made a funny weather video this morning. I'm not going to tell you about it because I'll play it tomorrow, but I made a funny one, and I'll do it tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow will be the grand premiere of this day. Many of you guys asked yesterday morning when I was doing the Wake Up America show, you asked me about K-Cups. Well, I've invested a bunch of money that I probably shouldn't have. But we have K-Cups. You can find the link in the chat, or I could put it in here, I suppose. If you are interested, because they're single serve is what we're calling them. Single serve. They're going to have 12 grams of coffee, which is more than pretty much everyone else puts in. Because again, I like coffee. So I bought all the machines to do it all myself. And then the first batches of K-Cups will go out next week. So if you want to purchase them, and I need you to go to puretruthcoffee.com, click on coffee, and then click on single serve cups or rounds, or single serve coffee rounds, I think. Yeah, single serve coffee rounds, where the link is in your chat there. And you can order them. We have the favorite flavors. Now, unlike a lot of people, we don't co-pack, you know what I mean? And we're not drop shipping. So the way all of our coffee, it's roasted by a contract roaster in Brooklyn. They roast it for us specifically. Each roast I pick myself. They roast it. It's shipped down here in bulk, and then we package it all. The same thing with the K-Cups. That's why it takes a little bit longer sometimes to get your order. I'm going to get on top of that in the future. But these are pre-orders. So if you order today, you'll likely get it shipped on Monday, because I'm going to be working all day Sunday, figuring out how to package and seal these K-Cups. But, you know, this is the easier version. And then we also have a variety pack as well. So you can get some of each. But so right now it's available in the Flying High, Awake Not Woke, Victory or Death, French Vanilla, Pardon My French, and Wake Up America. So someone said you get you a gym day. Yeah. Crystal said your coffee has spoiled my house. We want nothing but Pure Truth coffee. I know it's not. That's the only downside of our coffee, because you'll get addicted to it. It's very, very good. It makes it hard to drink any other coffee. But today is the day I need you guys to go and buy these coffees from our store. And here's the best part. Like I said yesterday, if you don't drink K-Cups, but you want to support us and what we're doing here, buy a box of K-Cups, and in the comments, because you can leave a little comment, just say donate it. And so what we'll do is we'll just randomly pick people during the live streams and we'll give them the box of K-Cups. Because I know a lot of you guys don't, but you want ways to contribute, and that's the best way. But yeah, we need some record sales for the next couple of days, because yesterday I decided that I was going to donate 20% of all the profit from all of the sales to a veteran service. So we'll do that once all the money settles. PayPal put my shit on hold, so they may be blocking it. I have no idea. But so try not to use PayPal as a checkout option if you can avoid, because I don't know what's going on. But they're like, we can't release your funds right now. And it's like, click here for this message. And I click there and it doesn't go anywhere. Or it says all of your funds aren't showing. That's what it says. But yeah, it's crazy. Someone said, which of those is strong coffee? They're all going to be strong because we do 12 grams. Like, so the Green Mountain Coffee, their breakfast blend, they do 8 grams. We're doing 12 grams of coffee. And you can see, if you go to that website, we've partnered. Here's the best part of the company too. So I called around to a bunch of them yesterday trying to figure out the best way. I ended up calling this company in Washington about their proprietary cups. And I started talking about them, and they're getting all the sales stuff. And they're like, wait. Is it Pure Truth Coffee? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we aligned the same. And I'm like, no shit. Yeah. And then he told me he was a veteran of the Marine Corps and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, by buying our K-Cups, you are in fact supporting the military as well, because, you know, these guys are I don't know about the whole company. I just know the sales guy I spoke to yesterday. He was a Marine, and he was very happy that we were trying to work with him because he liked it. So, you know, if you can, go over to puretruthcoffee.com, buy some of these K-Cups, because you're supporting them, you're supporting me, and you're supporting everything we do here. But yeah, I know I didn't really get into the news today. There's really nothing I've been following. I've been trying to stay off social media this morning, to be honest, because it's just crazy. I know Elijah Schaefer was fired from Blaze TV yesterday, which is, we're going to have to wait and see what happened. A lot of people are just saying because he went after Mormons in like a tweet. Glenn Beck owns Blaze TV, so they're wondering if that has something to do with it. And Glenn Beck apparently is Mormon. I don't really know, and nor do I really care. But I like Elijah Schaefer, so I'm a little sad that happened. But I think he would have been better served to go elsewhere besides Blaze TV. Although they do really put nice studios together, but I just don't like them. That's why I didn't work there, because that was at one time on the table. Anywho, I'm going to be live tonight, but it may be a little bit later because my son has a football game, and it's an away game. So it's at some neighboring middle school here, but he's got a football game today. So we're going to go watch that and try to enjoy that. I clearly got to get some caffeine or something. I haven't even finished my morning coffee here. It's still half full, because I've been printing mugs and around all the heat presses. I didn't really want to drink warm coffee, but do you have an option to buy the coffee for the troops, law enforcement, etc.? We have our Firehouse blend. So our Firehouse blend is donated. So we donate the Firehouse blends. So you don't actually, so when you order Firehouse blend, you don't get a bag of coffee. We end up donating that to local firehouses. Someone else also asked a question and said, how does my kid feel today? He's fine. You can't even tell that he got a tooth ripped out of his face yesterday. So he's doing good. And my wife was very happy that I went there instead of, because she's like, I wouldn't have let them pull out the tooth. Because like I said yesterday, they had to hold him down to rip his tooth out of his face. So he was not really digging it because he had an abscess. So, you know, it didn't hurt him. He was just scared, you know. There's something, you know, when your kid's hurt versus when he's scared by the way they cry. I think. All right, but that's what I'm going to do. Someone said I should go to the gym. I think I'm too tired because, like I said, I couldn't sleep last night, and then I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. So I think I'm too tired to do it. So depending on how late this football game goes, I may or may not do a show tonight. I don't know. But our Riot coverage will come back at 9:30 tonight on Citizen Stringer TV. We'll be playing the riot footage from 2 years ago, and I'll resume uploading and doing as much as I can. But until then, so I won't know. I'll post on like social media or something if I do feel like going live tonight. But I will see you later. Please go to Pure Truth Coffee, buy our new K-Cups, buy some coffee, shirts, whatever you got to do, or just send Cash Apps or Venmos. We need your support. We have a lot happening in the next 10 days, and I'm fucking panicking a little bit. But everyone wanted the K-Cups, so hopefully these fucking sell within the next 10 days. Otherwise, I made a big mistake. But all right. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.